guys, Gentleman's Wrestling here. Hope you are having a great day. I have had quite a busy week, and it has also been a very busy week in the world of WWE, but in a good way for the most part. We're going to cover a little bit of everything, and we're going to touch on, of course, mostly good, but we're also got to cover some stuff that happened that wasn't so great as well. But the good news is we had, in my opinion, 2 Match of the Year contenders this week. So I'm really excited about that and to talk about them with you guys and to see how you felt about these matches. The first one on SmackDown was Roman Reigns defeating Daniel Bryan to retain the Universal title. And you guys know the stip in this match was if Daniel Bryan loses, he has to leave SmackDown. And I've heard the rumors, I've heard the internet talk and all of that stuff about what's next for Daniel Bryan. I don't think this is a permanent retirement. I think maybe this will be him taking time off and then transitioning more into a part-time role. I don't think he's leaving WWE. I don't think he's going to NXT. I think the most likely scenario here is that he takes a few months off. Even though we will miss him greatly, it is well-deserved time. He has 2 little ones at home, so he is a family man, so he just has a well-deserved break coming his way. Take some time off, come back in the fall for the fall draft, get drafted to Raw. NXT UK. We had a treat from Sam Gradwell, a rare, unexpected, serious segment with him. We already know Sam Gradwell is amazing at the comedy stuff. But this I did not see coming when he approached Trent Seven backstage and just pretty much just gave a fantastic, serious segment. It showed a different side of him. And this was one of those where every syllable mattered. Everything he said mattered. He had a lot of good points. And it just made me even a bigger Sam Gradwell fan to see this different side of him. We had Meiko Satomura versus Ava Valkyrie. And this was a great match. And unfortunately resulted in Valkyrie's first loss since coming to NXT UK. I am just a little bit frustrated with the women's division in NXT UK. They did name a gauntlet match for Kaylee Ray's title, which will feature Jinny, Isla Dawn, Xia Brookside, Dani Luna, and Amelia McKenzie. I think only one of these people in this gauntlet match is actually worthy of this shot. And Jinny has already lost a title opportunity. Valkyrie's never even had one. I was really hoping with Meiko and Valkyrie, the ending of that match, it would end with Sid coming out and saying that they both had a fantastic match and they are both worthy of a title opportunity and worthy of being a part of that gauntlet match, and that he would be adding them to the gauntlet match, so it would be 7 women. And yes, I know, of course, Meiko also had an opportunity and lost, but so did Jinny, and she's being included, and Jinny is my favorite of the bunch, so I'm not meaning to rip into Jinny here, but it's like, she would be my favorite person to win that, but man, like, Isla Dawn was doing nothing a month ago. Xia Brookside, I love Xia, but it's too soon for her. Dani Luna, what has she done? Amelia McKenzie just came back, and it hasn't looked great. This gauntlet match is a mess. I mean, I want to see the title off of Kaylee Ray, but not like this. I don't know. Valkyrie was undefeated up until Thursday, so where is her shot? Okay, so let's just rip the Band-Aid off and get the bad out of the way. Raw debuts, we had 2. Mansoor, not that that's a bad Raw debut, it's just I'm hoping that he didn't get this one match opportunity and then is forgotten about in the coming weeks, which unfortunately feels a little likely. Also, Mansoor, speaking of undefeated people, right up there with Valkyrie until last week, was one of 2, both of them, the 2 being the 2, undefeated people in all of WWE. And they don't bother to even casually mention this on Raw. It didn't even come up. That he's won like 40-something matches in a row. I mean, you know, why bother? It's only 205 and Saudi shows and all that kind of stuff, so of course, if you can't tell, that was sarcasm. Like, mention it. It's a big deal. But no. He just kind of casually loses via disqualification to Sheamus on Raw. There goes his undefeated streak, which was never brought up on Raw in the first place. And at least we can still say he's never been pinned or submitted. Eva Marie is back. Break out the party hats on this one. Yeah, so if that wasn't disappointing enough, let me just depress you even more and remind you that we recently had the firings of the Iconics, Mickie James, but yet they rehire Eva Marie. So, okay. Alright, enough of that. Enough of the negative. We don't like to focus on the negative at John Loves Wrestling here. Focus on the positive. AJ and Omos are back, so that's good. First time we've seen them since WrestleMania. They're back, and they retain their titles on Raw, so that's good. NXT. So, speaking of good, here's my second match of the year contender. We opened the show with a unbelievable street fight by Isaiah Swerve Scott and Leon Ruff. I was just hoping that this would be a good match. I'm not a huge Swerve fan. I really like Leon Ruff. I'm a big fan of his. Swerve, and I will take, obviously, based on this match too, but even before this match, I will take nothing away from him in the ring. I've just never connected to him as a character. It was kind of all over the place. I didn't really know what he was going for, but I feel like he's really coming into his own more now, and especially in this match, he delivered as a character and as a wrestler. And, you know, with the end, obviously, it shows some progression of what Swerve's character is going for as well. So this match did wonders for him. Leon Ruff looked amazing as always. That dude is so fast. But this was another match of the year contender for me. It was crazy, insane spots. These two were just going for everything to the point where I was actually like, as an older fan who cares about your health and as a former wrestler myself, can you calm down a little? Because, I mean, it's impressive to watch as a fan, but you're one slip away from disaster. And I was scared for these two because they were going for everything. Everything. If you love that kind of a match, holy moly, I haven't seen this great of a street fight in a while. It was incredible. But the ending for this, it did get broken up by Isaiah Swerve Scott's crew. I know that there was a female and two males there that are going to align themselves with Swerve. From what I've seen, they have all been on his YouTube show, which I watched. I watched a couple episodes of that, so that I did recognize them from that. So yeah, so at least that's some good direction for Swerve now. And the match was unfreaking believable. Definitely check that out if you haven't seen it. It was unbelievable. So the title scene in NXT, there was a segment that got a little weird, and I kind of feel like it was booked by Raw because it was like the champions in the ring cutting a promo, and then is proceeded to be interrupted by like 80 people who want title opportunities. It's just so something that is like a blueprint on Raw. The only people that interested me in this segment was Kyle O'Reilly and Pete Dunne. So if I can get any variation of them back in a match together, then I'm happy. But this was a little all over the place for me. Zeta Ramir versus Sarai, our two newest females arriving in NXT. And I am a huge fan of Zeta. And Sarai was very impressive in this match too. I can see why people like her. Her kicks are very good. Her suplexes are excellent. The bridge afterwards is beautiful. I feel like Zeta's character, to me, between the two I enjoy a little more, but I understand that Sarai has been and wasn't, again, in this match, the showcase. So obviously she's going to win. She won. But Zeta looked impressive again. They both looked impressive. I'm not taking anything away from Sarai either. She's great. But it was nice to see Zeta again, too, because I'm really getting to be a huge fan of her. She's really cool. But great match from those ladies. Nice to see that new generation stepping up and adding to an already insanely stacked women's division in NXT. We had an Imperium segment, which was entirely in German. So, Sebastian, I know you're watching at some point. When you have seen it, please translate for me. Thank you. I will learn German someday. It's just... Walter wasn't really that loud in that segment either, so even if you like kind of know it, like it was hard to follow. But it was nice to see my guys on again, even though they didn't have a match this week. That's okay. It's only a 2-hour show. Can't have them every week. It was just nice to see them being featured again. Don't know what they were talking about, so hopefully Sebastian can help me out there. LA Knight looked amazing and his impressive, wonderful, superstar, fantastic self. As always, coming out, cutting a great little promo in his style that only he can do, soundly defeating Jake Atlas. And so then we even had another Ted DiBiase and Cameron Grimes segment, which was great. The main, another kind of hardcore style match, which is interesting that they opened the show with one and also closed the show with one. I preferred the opening match in this style of wrestling. I preferred it. This was an okay match. You had Shotzi and Ember come out. Two women clearly after my own heart with all the horror stuff going on. They were dressed in Halloween attire, which made me very happy. So that was really cool to see. But it wasn't enough because we have new champions. And congratulations to them. Very happy for Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. You know, Candice, long overdue for a title of any kind. So, big fan of those ladies, and congratulations to them. And again, as always, guys, thank you for watching. I love you guys. Like, subscribe, share, all of that stuff. And don't forget to check me out on YouNow every 4 p.m. streaming live, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Trying to climb the ranks on there, too. They have some lofty goals on YouNow, so if you guys could join me this Friday, I would really appreciate it. And again, like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. Love you guys. Have a good week. Mwah. Bye.